lost, I think.
Yeah, still no excuse.
Swear jar's pretty full as well.
Well, I'm normally the one who likes kicking people out for that type of stuff.
That's hurt you, isn't it, that?
Yeah, that's dumb. Anyway, Dan Christian. Dan Christian. Again, when you go back to the quarter-final, that surface ran in and used the middle of the pitch with deep. Deep square leg and long on back, so he wanted you really try.
Tend to yield quite a lot of boundaries, Dan Christian, and pick up wickets. And he's a bowler that at times can go round the park if he doesn't get it spot on. Croft is going to set himself deep in his crease and look for that slower ball, that shorter slower ball, hit towards the short boundary.
Going down. Just looked like, if anything, maybe bat. No, just missing leg stump. Sorry if you heard any sort of swearing through the stump microphone. Hard, hit really hard, all along the ground and all the way for 4.
Scorching turf, this one from Liam Livingston. Absolutely smoked it. Christian is perhaps wary of that short leg side boundary and has bowled fuller than perhaps Lancashire might be expecting, but that ended up right in the slot.
Trying to hit that even harder. You're absolutely right. The point you made, he's got the shorter boundary. It's not a tiny boundary, but the leg side. This is a couple of balls ago. Right in the slot. Changing the field. Fine leg goes back, mid-off up. One thing it's got to be what? Into the body. Around leg stump, maybe short. Wait to the square leg, umpire. Gets away with it.
Croft's not happy. David Milnes, the square leg umpire, member of the fast bowling fraternity, figured that Christian was just about within bounds here. Not sure I agree with him, to be honest.
Well, this will tell us. And he was jumping. Spliced. Slight hesitation. 6 overs done. 54 for 1.
For 1, the Lightning off 6, a slightly less frenetic start to the innings than we saw from Gloucestershire in the first game. I think that's the advantage that the second semi-finalists have had, just to take a little time to sit and watch and gather their thoughts. Carter now to bowl some off spin.
Ball cuts.
Interesting to listen to Gareth Batty as well after the first game, saying that he thought the pitch would get better and better throughout the day, that the stickiness and the dampness obviously we would expect, having had 2 days of rain here, that would disappear. Conditions would improve, so you'd maybe expect to see the scores increase during the day.
Yeah, Lancashire after an excellent start here. Alex Davies got things moving. So wicket might be slightly improving.
Swept away, and he's a strong lad, is Liam Livingston. First 6 for him, to go with a couple of boundary 4s as well.
The hand speed on this shot, it was a quicker delivery right in the arc, but just the hands through the ball at the last minute. So good.
Yeah, he's just starting to motor now. He took his time. I said it was a less frenetic start from Lancashire, and Livingston has been there from the start, but he's 22 from 13 now. It's a big ground here at Edgbaston, but not many grounds are big enough for Livingston if he's on the charge. Misses this time.
Yeah, even in that shot you can see he's holding nothing back, just hands helicoptered.
Swept again. Not sure this time he's got enough. No, he hasn't. So an important wicket for the Outlaws. Livingston, just as he was starting to motor, looking to repeat the 6 from earlier in the over, has gone for 22. Lancashire 61 for 2.
Yeah, got it on the toe end of the bat, didn't he? He just had to let it come to him a fraction more to try and get it out the middle. Easy as you like catch there for ball, the boundary. So an important wicket just to stem the flow of runs. Livingston goes for 12, Lancashire 61 for 2.
Then Vias, the captain, in at number 4. I think Livingston will be a little disappointed with himself. He settled himself at the start, just getting going, eyeing up that quite long leg side boundary. He'd already taken 1-6 from the over. Carter will continue round the wicket. Carter will continue round the wicket. the game, but he's a good player. Sweep and Croft as much strike as he can.
Get that. One, Joe! In!
Jennings was pushing, but I fancy that Croft only wants.
Decent score if they can add another 20 odd. Big Ball's got another over available. Bowl at bowl 3 and the rest 2s.
Jake Ball has had a very successful Blast campaign this summer. He's picked up a lot of wickets towards the end of the innings. Notts have got a varied attack. They've got lots of bowlers who bowl spin or take pace off the ball. And Jake Ball, who's the quickest of the bowlers on show and likes to come back at the end of the innings and does so very successfully, or has done so this year. So 2 overs, what can Lancashire get to set the Outlaws for a place in the final? To meet Surrey, that's what's at stake here. Surrey having breezed past Gloucestershire really in the opening game. And there wait the winners of this match. Ball will come round the wicket. It's something I first saw Stuart Broad do really way back in around about 2009. I remember in the World T20 in England, in that competition, Broad enjoyed the end of the innings coming round the wicket, and that's what Ball is doing now. Should be a wide.
Just having a look at the bowlers as well. Ball will finish up here. I think it's going to have to be Christian in that final over. Carter's bowled out. Remember, only 3, which has been bowled by Imad Wasim, and then the maximum you're allowed after that is 2. So Ball will complete here, and then you feel it will be Dan Christian to wrap it up.
Swung away, leg side, not enough. Taken, easily taken. And Croft kicks the turf in frustration. The acceleration he was looking for won't come from him.
Yeah, well caught as well. This was the substitute fielder out there. Important moment. Croft just trying to accelerate the score, but Zach Chappell takes a comfortable catch in the end. And how important that might be towards the end of the game. Well, Stephen Croft, sprightly innings, 33, Lancashire 78 for 4.
Yeah, good innings, 33 from 22. He's a very powerful player who can muscle the ball away. So it's a good time for Notts to take his wicket. Rob Jones joins Keaton Jennings. Lightning have 11 balls left to push that score up. They dearly love to get it into 3 figures. Notts have taken a couple of very handy wickets of late.
Yeah, it's almost uncanny actually. Lockdown locks been on show this summer.
is hard to come by.
Nice, Eddie.
Yeah, it'd be good to see how Jones gets on. Talented batter, maybe not the most amount of power. Have to get the timing right and possibly run a couple of twos hard if possible in this last.
Ball bowled into the surface. This is an impressively constructed over so far from Jake Ball.
Yeah, really good change up there. The speed dropped down to mid-60s. Just bowling the cutter into the surface. Got some good bounce, hard to control.
Good stuff from Jake Ball. If you want to see the IPL game between Chennai and the Kings 11 Punjab, that will be on the cricket channel, but red button. So if you want to watch IPL instead of the Blast, the red button's the place to go. It's off the cue end from Keaton Jennings, who was looking to dink that away onto the leg side, and will pick up two in the most unusual fashion. But that was a good over from Jake Ball. One remaining, Lancashire 84 for 4. Chennai are going well. They're 101 for 1, chasing a none, correction. Chasing 1-7-9, and that game is on the red button. And Christian it will be to bowl the last. Just a reminder that that IPL game is on the cricket channel on the red button. Stay with us here at Birmingham for the end of the second semi-final to decide who will play Surrey in the final of this year's Blast. 1 over remaining, Lancashire Lightning 84 for 4. They could do with a grandstand finish. And Christian to bowl the last over. He's got a lengthy journey that awaits him at the end of Nottinghamshire duties as he looks to get back to Melbourne somehow. I think he's going via Singapore to Perth and then has to quarantine for a couple of weeks in Perth before he can take a domestic flight to Melbourne. I think Melbourne's domestic airport is open, but not the international airport. Keaton Jennings just takes a look over his right shoulder. He's looking to pick the shorter leg side boundary. Dan Christian does well. He pushes it wide. And Keaton Jennings can only get a single.
Yeah, like you say, this now plays into the hands. Jones, like we say, not the most powerful striker. The leg side, very deep field, can just bowl the ball pretty straight. He needs to. It'll be hard to extract any boundaries in these last few balls.
Smart bowling from Dan Christian, who had his eyes on Rob Jones and followed him to the leg side. No boundaries since Stephen Croft hit that 6 to the leg side at the start of the 9th over. No 4s since the end of the 6th over. Had a couple of 6s since then, but boundaries have been hard to come by for the Lightning, and that's testament to some clever bowling, good field placing. Dan Christian, mighty experience, of course. Been around a long time, knows exactly what he's doing. He's got 3 balls left. Hits high on the bat, and Keaton Jennings won't come back for the second.
You just see all the experience here. Earlier he followed Rob Jones in the over, that time charging and just dragged it a little bit shorter. just bowling a perfect over at the moment. 2 balls to keep things tidy, and you'd feel this is a chaseable score on this wicket.
Just lacked a bit of power in the last couple of overs, Lancashire. Jennings clips into the leg side. Only a single again. Excellent over this from Dan Christian. 4 singles and a 2. We've only got 1 ball remaining now. Lancashire 90 for 4.
I have to say this was an excellent bit of fielding as well. Got to it very quickly and got it out the hands. Gave them no chance of picking up a 2.
Just a fraction.
It'll be sharp.
Yeah, that's good.
Teams changing at opposite ends of the ground. Lancashire at the far end, Notts here, this end, the pavilion end, or the commentary box end. A wide, and batsmen scamper through, so Jennings will be on strike for the last ball. Only one, should be one, as they come back for a second. Not sure Jennings will make it. A full-length dive, and it'll be tight, but it's not the boundary he was looking for. And Notts will feel that they've done pretty well to restrict Lancashire to a score below 100. As we just take a look, the throw came in. Full-length dive from Jennings. He's just made his ground. Umpire will take another look, but it's clear that Jennings is home, so he finishes with a 2. Lancashire finish on 94 for 4 from their 11 overs. They made a bright start, they just couldn't quite find the boundary in the last 3 overs.
Surrey safely through and resting up now. They won the competition back in 2003. That was against the Birmingham Bears. Then Warwickshire back in, as I say, all those years ago. That was the inaugural tournament at Trent Bridge. They will face, of course, the winner of this game, both previous winners as well. Lancashire then have runs on the board. Stephen Croft led the way with 33. Lots of contributions down the order, and the Outlaws, well, they finished well with the ball. Matt Carter, the pick of them. Notts require 95 for a place in the final. Nasser alongside me. Who's the happier?
I think both sides are very 90s with the lineup that Notts have. I think they'll feel very comfortable as well.
It's batting been not straightforward. I mean, it's only a small sample, so I've only had 3 innings, but it doesn't look like anyone's perhaps batted with any fluency quite yet.
No, you could say it with every innings it's looked a little bit better. You know, it may just be skidding on a little bit better, but no one has absolutely nailed every single shot. When they needed to run a ball 12 with 8 wickets in hand and lost, so this is going to be their redemption a little bit if they can get over the line here. But I think we're going to have a really close one. That first semi-final, once Gloucester were all out for 70 odd, you knew that was done and dusted. This one I think could go right down to the wire.
Pete Moore's just run.
With the way in the quarter-final, the way they nearly collapsed, they may have just had a mention and said, if you're in a big semi-final, you've got a chance to finish it, take responsibility and finish it. So I think they will be a bit more ruthless if they get in that situation again, or you'd hope they'd be a bit more ruthless. I think there may be, as the night progresses, a little bit more for the batsmen as it skids on for the seamers. Livingston bowled very well in that semi. Matt Parkinson bowls very well every time we see him.
His problem with his shoulder, which we saw, I think, a game we covered a couple of years ago. He's had a shoulder operation. Let's hope it's not a major problem. This is going to be his last day with the club. He moves on after that. It's a shame if he can't play.
Yeah, it is a shame, but they've got so much batting, you'd presume everyone just moves up one. Sami Patel, Imad Wasim ends up moving up one. It is a blow for Nash. He can obviously bat down the order, and he may still be needed. And obviously, if there is a final for Notts, that will be a massive blow for him. But the first things first is get these 94 runs and get into the final.
Right, well, it looks like it might be Ben Duckett and Alex Hales to open up. They have Joe Clark, who's also wandering down now. They have plenty of power, they have plenty of batting, but so do they in terms of power with the ball. They've been terrific throughout the tournament. They have played against each other a lot in previous years. They, of course, play in the North Group. It's Notts who have won the contest 8 out of the last 9 times, but they have a run chase here. 95 runs to get in the final. Let's get back upstairs.
Alex Hales, the ominous figure of Alex Hales with a big blade in his hand, looking focused as he walks out to the middle to try and propel the Notts Outlaws into a third final of the T20 Blast. He won't have his regular partner Chris Nash with him, who's injured. Dane Villas just going through the last instructions for his Lancashire side. They're perhaps 10 runs short of where they might have been given the start that they made, but 95 from 66 deliveries is still going to take some getting. Plenty of bowling options at their disposal. Saqib Mahmood with the pace and the Yorkers, Matt Parkinson with the leg spin, and a Nottinghamshire side that although they are full of power pack batting, in had more than a little wobble in semi-finals in the recent past. Think of the collapse last year here against Worcestershire, and then almost not making it to finals day against Leicestershire just on Thursday. A couple of fielding errors. Alan Lilly's the most striking that allowed them to sneak in through the in that quarter-final at Trent Bridge. Should be an absolute cracker. Two fantastic teams, two very strong sides, runaway leaders of the North Group, facing off in this semi-final. Ben Duckett has had an excellent campaign, 274 runs for him. He finds himself up the order. Left-right opening partnership for Nottinghamshire. And Tom Hartley will be bowling from the Birmingham end. Fantastic strike rate for Alex Hales.
Catch it!
Duckett's away first ball. Evening, Rob Key.
Evening, Butch. Evening, everyone. It should be a classic, this. You've got two very good sides.
Go then, boys. Here we go.
And I reckon this, 3.2 overs of this power play is going to be absolutely crucial.
Another ball there. Staying like side of it here, boys.
Don't go anywhere over the next, well, certainly hour and a bit, but this next 3 overs, it's going to be fascinating to see how they tackle it, how they go about negotiating it.
Spin. Sharp work from Alex Davies behind the stumps.
Good left arm spin, haven't we, in the last, couple of weeks? Callum Parkinson playing for Leicestershire looked good. That looks just beautiful. Nice bit of drop and a bit of spin. Moriarty, we'll see him again. He's looked good. In a time when you start wondering where England's spinners are. Got Bess, Leach. Looks like there's some good young bowlers about. Hartley, just 22 years of age.
Mistake here against left arm spin here, lads.
Sweep into the wide open spaces.
Back that end, please.
Can't quite make it to the boundary, and Hales has got to get his skates on because Duckett is quick and coming back for 3.
That just gives you just an idea that the boundaries aren't tiny here. That wasn't hit well. But that's a fair sized boundary out to that leg side.
He's sent in just for this, lads.
Down the track and banged over long on. That's high quality from Duckett.
Yeah, and the bonus of having a left-hander in, ball spinning away from the right-hander with a bit of rip out of the surface, but it's a different game for the left-hander. You feel you can use your feet, you just get to the line and the pitch of the ball, and then hit with the spin.
Yeah, a nice little drop kick into one of the shorter pockets on this Edgbaston ground.
Yes, Tommy, lovely bowling tee. Lovely ball here, lads.
Nicely bowled, just that sort of angle across so it doesn't spin.
Lovely bowling
So
tee here,
much
lads.
in that arc for a